I think, if I'm correct, where is it at? We're streaming right now, but I can't be positive. So let me pull it up on here. But in case we are streaming, welcome to Puck Rock Rangers.
Yes, welcome. Give us a second while we're getting set up. A little bit of a new setup here, but
this is the anything goes. Dropping the mitts and giggles. No rhyme or rhythm.
No notes, just going right with it.
Yep. So let me pull this thing up and then we'll start talking about some Rangers. Would you look at that? We are live. All right. So, me and Palmer today, we didn't want to do any, we have no notes. We have no notes today, and we just want to have a nice, loose, fun episode. There's been a lot of doom and gloom happening in a lot of our episodes in the past. Right now, the Rangers are playing Utah. We got 5 minutes left in the second period. No doom and gloom, but Utah. Oh, yeah, first period. No doom and gloom, but Utah has been whooping our butts and dominating the entire first period. But other than that, no doom and gloom. So, yeah, let's see if
Yeah, this is an unscripted episode. Usually I put together some kind of notes. I have literally one note, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But we're just going live on YouTube, so if you have any questions or comments, hit us with that. We can read them. Otherwise, we're just going to go off the riff while we're watching the game and hanging out. Might be a shorter episode. You know, there's no sense in rehashing how bad the team started this year. We've talked about that. Everyone's talked about it. I mean, there's other non-Ranger specific shows that are spending time on the Rangers collapse this season. I guess one question I'll throw at you, Stefan, right off the bat.
What you got?
And I want your take on it, and then I'll give you mine. Is a big question in Rangerland right now is the elephant in the room, so to speak, is can this team turn it around? And when I say turn it around, I don't mean Stanley Cup. Obviously you make the dance, anything can happen. Can this team turn it around and steal one of those wild cards? Can this team turn it around and make a run here?
I do believe that they have what it takes to make a run. My worry is that the other teams in the division, they're not losing right now. The teams that we need to be losing are going on runs. I mean, look at Detroit. They just made that coaching change. Look, Rangers just scored. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. Who got it?
Who do you say? New guy.
Artie?
Yeah, Kaliev.
Damn, we didn't even see it. What happened?
I missed it. See, I said it's going to be a loose episode. We got to...
Yeah, Rangers just tied it up 2-2 with 3:35 left to go in the first. Looks like Arthur Kaliev gets his first as a Ranger. Let's see how it happens.
Yeah.
Puck's at the point. Hedl shot. Oh.
Who? What was it? Actually Kaliev or was it Kreider?
It was either Kaliev or Kreider. I think everyone was tapping Kaliev.
I think they all wanted the goal.
I think Kaliev got in there.
That's strikingly similar to how the Michelli goal just happened. The one that Michelli just scored against the Rangers. It was like, it was a redirect. It was wobbling in, and he just got in behind the goalie and just tapped it in. So
I mean, we love our garbage goals, right?
Yeah, we're trading tit for tat right now with Utah. I was a little bit worried going into this because, the first 10 minutes of the game, it was looking a lot like how they were playing at the end of 2024, which was grade A dog crap.
Yeah, I mean, they gave up a goal. It was a minute and a second into the game. I hadn't even sat down. I just gotten over here from practice. Hadn't even sat down. Let's get into that. I know whoever's listening, whoever watches this, probably likes to keep up with us. What's going on in your personal life? We'll get back to my question, but what's going on in your personal life? This is, first of all, episode 14.
13.
Last one was 13.
13.2.
This was, I'm pretty sure it's episode 14. Thanks again for sticking around. But yeah, what's going on in your life, Stefan? What have you been up to?
Just really nothing crazy. Nothing to talk about like that. We got the move all done. I talked about that a little bit in the last episode. We settled in. That's been good. There's nothing that I could say that's super exciting to share with you guys about what's going on in my life. It's just been very normal. So I wish I had more, but I don't. I know, snooze fest.
No, that's cool. I mean, you have your life and running a business and a family and all that. So, my life's been chill, just working, playing music. Just had practice with Hard Facts. It was good to see those guys. We don't get together as often as we would like to. So keeping busy with that. And I don't have anything too crazy going on. Really enjoying this cold weather. I'm gonna say real quick, if you're one of those cold weather haters, keep that shit away from me. Not saying I want to go out and freeze my ass off all the time, but I like the cold weather. I like the dead season.
You're a psychopath.
Some of the things about it. So
you're a psychopath.
Here for it. Here for beanie season. And just happy to be back at it, shooting episode 14. First period's winding down, but back to the question. It sounded like you think there's a chance.
I mean, there's always a chance. I mean, they're only 4 points, maybe 5 points out of the wild card spot right now.
They're 5 points back from Boston, I think, or is it the Blue Jackets?
Blue Jackets.
Okay, and they have games in hands on some of these teams. So, if the Rangers can play pretty well, that's kind of my stance on it. They're playing pretty good. If they can keep it going at this rate, I think they can turn this thing around. But if they get anywhere near back to the way they were playing in December and early January, they're toast.
I want you to give me my props for the preseason predictions we made. We were both way wrong on the Rangers, but I had the prediction that prime opportunity, nothing happened of it. And we're going on a penalty kill.
Of course.
High sticking. I think that dude sold it. He's a fucking actor.
Yeah, he threw his head back.
That was terrible. That was terrible.
He threw his head back like he hit a doorway or something.
I didn't even hit him. He's arguing with the ref right now. But I want my props, man. I said that Blue Jackets were gonna rally behind Goodrow and make the playoffs this year.
It's still early. I
mean, it is still early, but I hope that doesn't happen, just because that'd probably be what prevents the Rangers from making it in. But
well, the Blue Jackets have gone now from a team that always played the Rangers hard but wasn't in the same class to now. I mean, they're really our competition. They're the team we're gunning down. Them and Boston, I think, really going to give the Rangers the most trouble getting back into the playoff chase.
Dude, Boston fans been panicking a little bit, I think. I think they're highly disappointed with how Boston's been producing lately. Yeah,
Swayman has been so-so. Boston in general has been so-so. I think they're really struggling right now. And I'd have to look at the upcoming schedule, but I think we're playing Boston soon. I know we're playing the Blue Jackets this weekend. I think that might be our next game, is Saturday against the Blue Jackets, and then we go up across the border to Montreal on Sunday. Those are both, hate to say must-win games here in mid January, but these are games the Rangers got to win. These are important points.
Yeah, for sure. This game's a must-win.
Every game now is
every game is a must-win now. You literally have to win 6 out of 7 games right now, probably, to make the playoffs.
I mean, the Rangers went on such a nosedive. If they really want to make a run, I mean, they're gonna have to play about 65-70% hockey. Win that on that kind of clip and beat some of the teams that they're directly competing against. More importantly, because that's how you really steal points. Like, points against Utah is great, but points against in-division teams is even better.
For sure. Let's talk about the generational talents that we've just discovered on the Rangers.
He wiped his nose, maybe. That was pretty soft.
Oh my God.
The guy threw his head back.
Hey, Sam Carrick's out there. Oh no, he's not. But we will have Sam Carrick out there, so don't worry, guys. Sam Carrick McDavid is coming to the rescue.
For those of you guys not watching the Rangers game and watching this, I appreciate it, but also I'll help you out here. Rangers just took a high sticking penalty with about 30 seconds left in the first. Let's see if they can kill it off and head into the second evened up.
Oh, who's it? What's that? Oh no, that's not Carrick. It's such a funny storyline about Carrick coming out of nowhere and being that dude, scoring big time overtime winners, shorthanded shorthanded breakaways, beautiful dekes. Like, where did this guy come from? It's just been geeking me out. It's so funny, man.
You see it from time to time. It's almost like it creates a situation where, like, when the top guys are struggling, someone's got to score, someone's got to put one in. So,
yeah,
not to discredit. I mean, Carrick's been really good, and Carrick's been good all season. You know, anyone who's been really critical on Carrick, I don't know what they expect. He's not paid big money to score
he's
goals.
What, $1 million a year?
He's taken a couple boneheaded penalties, but short of that, I think he's pretty much provided what we need from him. So. And as far as, replacing Barclay, Barclay was here a couple of years, was a leader in the room. That kind of shit takes time.
Our boy's back, and I wasn't even paying attention to the chat.
Oh shit, we got some stuff
yeah, our
going
boy,
on in
no,
the chat.
look at him.
What's going on?
He's talking to us, and we're just ignoring you, man.
We're live. We're here for it. What's he got going on? What's Noah
and
saying?
Sean's back too. Sorry for ignoring you guys. We didn't. How was I supposed to know? This is my first time using like a different stream thing. We're like streaming through some other platform and not directly through YouTube. So it's we're gonna have to read the comments off here. I mean, right now, let's see, we're still buns.
You can see the comments on the screen
from Noah.
If that's easier for you.
So Blue Jacket's been good. Let's see here. Is this thing gonna? And let's see.
Yeah, and Noah was hanging out with us on the live stream. Stefan started the live stream on NYR Nobody. If you like and subscribe this channel and haven't checked out NYR Nobody, go ahead and do that. Stefan does some fun stuff and reactions. A little bit different than what we do here.
Why can't I join the chat panel?
I don't know. If you need to do it on your phone.
It's over here. It's over to the side.
Oh, okay.
He said the Blue Jackets won again.
Said Fantilli's been good. Who they won tonight?
Good, great, wonderful.
Here, let me pull up what games are going on tonight. This is a very loose episode here. We're just kind of hanging out, man, so bear with me.
Yeah, that sucks. I feel like Chris Farley on
Hey, the Devils lost to the Maple Leafs.
That's good. Did they make it overtime? They still got an overtime point.
Shout out my wife, a diehard bleeds blue Toronto Maple. No, she's not that serious, but that's her team. So,
but she does like Leafs.
She does like the Leafs, of course. Yep. Leafs, pine cones, anything having to do with nature. Let's see. So tonight's NHL schedule: Devils dropped one in overtime to the Maple Leafs. Blue Jackets beat up on the Sharks. Capitals 1-0 over the Senators in overtime. Ducks and Lightning are tied up in overtime right now. We should put that on. See what the hell's going on since this is on a break.
I mean, we can. Get the remote.
Red Wings over the Panthers 5-2. Let's go.
He wants to know if we're gonna stay live all game. I don't think we're gonna stay live the whole game. We could stay live the whole game. I guess.
What I would probably want to do is end the episode and then maybe kick the stream back up and just live stream, because I don't know if I want the episode to be 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I think we're willing to do that if people are hanging out and having fun. I'd be willing to hang out and stay. I don't have anywhere to be.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we were going to make this an ABC episode. We're just going to grade every player, give every player A through F, or A plus minus F minus. A plus through F minus. We're going to give them their current, within like their current overall season grade. And then we're going to give them their as of late grade.
And I'll pull up the roster so we're sure not to forget anyone in a second. But before, I just wanted to finish the NHL slate because there's a bunch of games tonight. Flyers are playing the Islanders. They're up 4-2 late with 13 left in the third. The Flames are getting beat up by the Blues 4-1 at the end of the second. Kraken and the Jets tied up at 1, end of the second. Blackhawks and Predators 2-1 late in the second. Blackhawks 2-1. Canadians and Stars tied up at the end of the second. Rangers and Utah, as you know, tied up 2, end of the first. And then some late games.
Hey, click on that. I want to see if they did credit Kaliev with that goal.
All right. And then the late games, Oilers, Avalanche.
Savannah trash. D minus.
And Kings Canucks.
We'll get to him.
So
we'll get to him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they gave it to Kaliev. We'll make sure here. Yeah, Kaliev.
So they did
goal.
give it to Kaliev. Okay, cool.
Did they give Kreider an assist on that? No, he didn't touch it. Okay.
All right, so let's kind of just breeze through them. We don't have to go in depth on why every grade is the grade. If you're watching or if you're a Rangers fan, you know why the grade is the grade. So first line, we got Artemi Panarin. How's he been overall season? What do you give him?
Overall season, I'm giving him a B.
Okay, yeah.
And my reasoning for that, I want to keep this brief, but my reasoning for a B is because he started off pretty well. I know he scored tonight, so maybe he can get back there, but he's been a little bit slow, a little shaky lately, a little bit. A couple games have gone by where he hasn't been as noticeable, so I give him a B.
So then you're as of late grade. So I guess that'd be like the last 4 or 5
as
games,
of late,
just whatever. As of late grade,
probably a C. He's been very just kind of floating. Yeah,
just kind of mid. All right, so overall,
I'm seeing B's and B minuses. So yeah, kind of agree, right?
Yeah. B minus. I'm just gonna rock with what he said, and that's because he's not wrong. So next we got and we'll go back and forth. You'll grade first, then I'll grade first. Next we got Alexis Lafreniere. So overall, I'm gonna give him like a C minus. I mean he's back to not producing. Like overall, he's just not really producing the way that we want him to. And as of late, I'm gonna give him I'll probably give him a D minus because and the only reason I gave him a C minus for overall is because he was the first, beginning of the season, he looked good. He said Laffy's been dookie.
Yeah.
He's been some duke. He looked good. He looks good at times, and he has flashes. That game not too long ago, he had 2 goals. Other than that, it's been nothing. As of late, like I said, a D because he's just not really that noticeable. But didn't he just have that assist? Didn't he just have the assist on that bread goal?
I think he had an assist
just now.
He's looked okay tonight. My grade for Alexi is pretty similar to Panarin, but it's almost like the extreme version.
Yes, a C minus sounded good.
Whole season, I give him a C minus. I'm right there with Noah.
Yep.
Since he signed the contract, I mean, it's got to be a D or an F. I mean, you take away that 1-2 goal game, and he's been a ghost. I mean, a ghost.
All right. So next.
Next would be round out that line, Troch.
Vinny Trocheck.
I get the first grade on this one.
Yeah, first grade on the overall season.
I give Vinny's overall and as of lately grade is basically the same. I'm gonna give him a B also. I'm going B. I mean, and I think as we go along, you're gonna be hard pressed to find a lot of A's on this team. I think Vinny's been a B all year. He's been good. He's been a little bit up and down. I give him a B.
I disagree. For the overall, I'd probably give him a C overall. He's just now, as of late, his as of late grade is way higher than his overall grade. So overall, give him a C. But as of late, I'll probably give him a B plus or even an A minus because this last since New Year's, Vinny Trocheck has been producing. He's been seemingly leading the team, doing good things. He's been very noticeable. He just looks so much more calculated. So, I have to agree with you. I think next season we'll probably see Vinny with the T or with the C on his. Well,
he'd have a T on his jersey.
On his sweater.
On the back, on the sweater.
You're gonna be a snob and call it a sweater.
Someone got cleaned up. Yeah, I'm not gonna die on the hill. I'm comfortable with an A.
I'm right, you're wrong. I'm big, you're small, and there's nothing you can do. From Matilda.
Shout out Matilda. All right, so moving along with our grades, let's get on to the now second line. It's really been the second line since about halfway through last year, but and let's start right at the center. The man who's been talked about probably more than any Ranger this season, Mika Zibanejad.
So I get to go first?
You go first.
All right, overall, I'm giving him a D minus. Just because what he's expected to be versus what he is being for the overall has been absolute an atrocity. And for the as of late, I'm going to give him a C because he does seem to be finding his game a little bit and showing flashes in the last, however many games it's been, but there's no excuse for him to even be a C. We need him to be an A or a B. And if he's not one of those two things, we're never going to win a cup. We need some A plus players on our team, and especially from like one of our top 6 centers.
And I'm not going to derail the grading conversation, but I have a note, something that I do want to get to with Mika. You and I talked about it a little bit the other night when we were hanging out.
You said F minus.
Zabana ass is pretty funny, Sean.
Zabana ass.
And Sean, I see your comment. Agreed. Trade Kreider and Mika and give the team to Trocheck. You're not one for sentiment, are you? I'm probably a sentimental idiot. I want Kreider to stay. The damage Mika has done this season, I think you made a comment the other day, Stefan. I think it was almost like a bad relationship or gaining trust again. I don't know how you said it, but it kind of resonated with me where it's like the damage has been done and now it takes rebuilding and the trust is fractured. And I feel like with Mika, I mean, short of Mika really going on a fucking tear and being like 2020, 2021 Mika.
F minus.
I don't. Reminds me of my report cards growing up.
That's good.
The chat here. But yeah, back to what I was saying about Mika, man. I'll wrap this up because I have a point about Mika. We'll probably crucify him here in a little bit. He's been better lately, so I'll give him the season grade has to be an F. I'm right here with everyone in the chat. Per expectation, per what he's paid, just effort, shanking chances, missing shootouts. I mean, just not shootouts. Help me out here. Breakaways. He just
one-timers.
He's just not been an X factor. So I give him an absolute F for the season. His as of late grade, I'm feeling generous. I'll give him a C.
C minus.
And it's a C, and I think that's generous.
It's a hard C.
I'm trying to build the guy up a little bit. He really needs to turn it around, and he, in my opinion, he's still not out of the woods here. And I'm seeing Kreider coming up a lot. You
said Kreider's worn his timeout, but we'll get to Kreider.
Well, Kreider he's not on that line anymore, right?
No. So next we got to do Smith and.
All right. Smith.
Why am I burnt out? I'm a burnout, you guys.
I'll start on Smith. Smith's grade is a C. He is a C. A C.
What's his penalty kill grade?
C.
You think he's
C?
I don't know. I love his penalty kill.
I'm like a migrant worker who just came here. All I can say is C.
C.
That's it, dude. C. He is. I mean, and I don't mean to talk shit. I like him enough, but super mid. I think I even said it on Evan's chat one day on Ranger Central. Shout out Ranger Central. He's about as average as his name. Riley Smith is a name that you could have pulled out of a hat out of any little town, and that's how I feel about his game. He could be replaced by just about any NHL-able player.
All right. So C all across the charts. I think when he's on the penalty kill, I'd give him like a C plus. He does somehow get shorthanded goals for us, which is nice. He's had a few of them this season already. But yeah, he's pretty mid. He's a mid player. I'm not disappointed with Riley Smith. I didn't think we were gonna get some McDavid when I heard that they signed him. He said Noah watches Ranger Central as well. Yeah, Evan's the man. He's my spirit animal when I'm in a bad mood after a bad loss.
Evan,
I'm not disappointed in Smith.
Whether you agree with everything Evan says, there's certainly times I don't, but I appreciate that he holds the damn team accountable. And he doesn't pull any punches. He'll go. Some of the shit he says is a little stretchy sometimes, and I say that out of love. I mean, I watch every video, but yeah. All right, let's move on. Did you grade Smith?
Yeah, I said a C.
Okay.
Why if he's on the penalty kill, C plus.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Who's on that line? Oh, Will Cooley. Will Cooley's a fun one. If you give him the overall grade of the season, I'm giving him an A because he's vastly improved from last year. He was really good last year, but he's vastly improved, and he started off really hot. His as of late grade, this is game 11. Obviously, I'm not trying to count my chickens before they shit, but if he doesn't get any points in this game, that'll be 11. He's got a 10-game pointless streak after a really hot start. So his as of late grade, I'm not going to crucify him. He's still playing good hockey.
He's still hitting. He's still hitting. He's still getting chances. He's still driving plays. He's still crashing the net.
Still throwing bodies. Still putting himself.
He's doing all the things we want him to do. He's just not catching a break.
He probably leads the team on goals called against. Goals called back. He's a grinder. He reminds me of Brandon Dubinsky. It reminds me of Brandon Dubinsky. Did you grade him?
Yeah, I was just kind of going off your grade.
With me, yeah.
An A. He's definitely as of from last year, definitely an A. And he came out of nowhere this year looking good. And as of late, maybe I said C, but I think I could even give him like a B- or a C+ because he's doing he might not be scoring the actual goals, but he's doing the little things still, and he's just not catching a break for it.
Yeah. And you got to think
Cooley needs to do something. He needs to score. That's what he needs. He needs to break the drought. If he can just break the drought, he'll probably go on a roll again.
Well, it should be said. It should be said that he's on a new line with a couple softies and Mika and Riley Smith, and he's used to being the banger on a line with Kako and Hedel, and that was a line early on that had a lot of jam that was really going. And now they put him on a line that has been up and down all season, more down than up, frankly. And it's affected him a little bit, too. So I think that needs to be said. It would be one thing if he was on the same line and he's just struggling. They've kind of tossed him around in the lineup. He's still killing penalties, still playing a good, solid game. So still big on Will Cooley.
Let's give a Capo a grade for the overall and as of late. Because overall...
As of late,
and overall, it's like as of late, he's got an A+. But overall, I'd give him a C. We don't got to harp on that. He ain't a Ranger no more. But it's just funny that as soon as he goes somewhere else,
he
starts lighting it up.
And Noah kind of said to my point, I forgot he was playing with Zabanatrash. So yeah, it's brought his game down a little bit too. He's probably not feeling as confident as he was. He's probably like, these guys have been a liability. I got to watch my ass what I'm doing. So can't be easy on the kid, but hopefully he can get it going and start putting some pucks in the net.
One thing I love about Cooley's game is that it doesn't really matter what's going on with the team. Right now, we're not seeing him fall into the rest of the team's habits. Like when we were in the middle of that slump, he still gave it his all every single night. And he wasn't slacking. He wasn't just throwing in the white towel when a lot of the other players seem to have been like, cases of the efforts and stuff. So I love that about him, and I hope he has a long future with this team. So
back to Kako. He's not a Ranger anymore, but I'll give him a quick grade. I mean,
he said Kako.
I say A+ jokingly because he's been doing pretty well, and I wish him well in Seattle. His overall grade for the season, C.
Yeah, overall for the season, C. As of late, B+.
Rangers and the Mennonites are back on the ice for the start of the second period.
Storm and Mormons.
So,
all right, puck just dropped, but we're gonna try to stay focused here a little bit.
Yeah.
But if something happens, we'll
probably wrap this after the grading and maybe go back with a loose live stream and just kind of hang out with you guys. So appreciate if you guys are hanging out now and want to stick around for that. But
so third line
now is
Hedel.
Hedel's been pretty consistent, so I think he gets probably the same grade as maybe overall B, and then in general B+ because he's had a little step, pep in his step. He's scored some nice goals lately. If he could finish, a quarter more of his chances.
It's an F for Kako's an F forever. It doesn't matter what team he's on. Looks like Sturkin just made a good save.
Yep. Yeah, and I forgot to mention Rangers are killing a penalty to start the second period here.
Yeah, that was a good save.
The high sticking penalty to Arthur Kaliev.
So we're gonna start calling Heedle. We're gonna call him Heedle Juice from now on. If you say his name 3 times, he'll do something. He'll do something good, or he won't get hurt.
So all right. So on the third line also is Kreider.
Yeah,
he's been coming up in the thread.
They scored
quite a bit. Oh, fuck a duck.
Hold on, sorry guys. We gotta watch this replay to see how mad I can get. I'm gonna see how mad it makes me. I mean, we're on a penalty kill.
It's not that Vageli kid, is it?
No, it's Cooley, not our Cooley.
Not our Cooley. We were just talking about how Cooley needed to do something. Is that what you meant, Noah?
Well, asking you shall receive.
But yeah, no, look, that slot pass. I was saying it in the first period. That slot pass has been there all night long, and they were just rewarded for it. So, who's on the third line? Kreider. I was building up towards your score, your grade for Kreider. Probably the most polarizing Ranger right now.
Yeah, Kreider. I'm just gonna give him a D. He just doesn't seem invested, and of course, I mean, he gets an occasional goal on the power play because he just stands in front of the net. But that's the only reason I'm even giving him a D. Like he's been hard to watch. He doesn't chip in on any forechecking. He doesn't drive the plays. He's supposed to be a power forward, and we're just not getting that from him. So, and he said an F. Sean said F. I'm trying to be a little lenient on him just because I know what he's capable of, and there's still hope that he may start playing the way that we're used to him playing, but it's been pretty bad with him lately.
Yeah, and I see Sean's comment here. Remember how good they were playing before Kreider came back in the lineup. He needs to go. His sulking and lack of leadership is a detriment to this team.
That's about it.
You know, it's hard to argue with some of that. You know, I called myself a sentimental idiot earlier, and I am to some degree, but I got to ride with Stefan here. I give him a D, and it hurts me to say that, and I think it probably hurts a lot of Ranger fans to see what's going on, but just looks disinterested. You know, he's got 2 assists on the season. How is that even possible?
Is it Matt Rempe has half the amount of assists?
How is it possible to be getting power play time and first line time for most of the season and just 2 fucking assists? That's insane.
Yeah.
I didn't. Someone in the chat could probably do the math, and I should have looked this up before, but I was thinking about it on my way to work this morning, and I want to say, Jack Hughes has more points against the Rangers this season than Kreider has in general. Because Kreider's got 13 goals and 2 assists. How many points against the Rangers Jack Hughes have?
Well, they said in the last game that 5 out of
it's probably close.
In the last game, 5 out of his 16 goals have been against Rangers.
And he's probably got a handful of assists.
And he's probably got some more now, but in our last game we played him, that's what it was.
So I'm probably off base there. Don't quote me and put that in the papers.
Look, Laviolette looks pissed.
Yeah, he said
the pissed off coach cut geeks me out. That's so funny.
Here we are again. I mean, I know they were on the penalty kill, but here we are again, starting the period in a hole. So yeah, and Kreider's how have you been doing lately? Score is probably worse, a D- or an F. I mean, he came back from injury and he's been terrible.
He's been booty hole.
You know, terrible would honestly suggest that he's been doing stuff out there. He's been invisible. And that's continuing tonight. I have not seen him.
All right, how about Kaliev? What do you got on him? I mean, he got the goal tonight, which has been nice. We can't really give him a grade. I'd say like a C.
Honestly,
maybe.
It's too soon unless or I'm just going to give him a shitty grade. I know he scored tonight. He picked up some trash. You know, in my opinion, he's taking ice time away from established Rangers, drafted Rangers. You know, I'm just not stoked on that.
Yeah.
So I don't even want to grade him.
You want to go ahead and get VC, even though he's not in the lineup because he's not really fourth.
VC hasn't played much. It's hard to grade him. He hasn't played. I'm
gonna just give VC a D. Like VC's been invisible out there. I'm just gonna give him a D a D. I mean, I know he's like a third or fourth liner swing guy. But last year I feel like he was noticeable. This year he's just been invisible. You don't hear his name get called. He's not scrapping. He's not dropping the gloves. He's not doing anything.
Yeah.
So I can't.
VC sucks. Noah says
VC's been terrible. Last year it was a blessing to have him be as good as he was last year, which wasn't even like crazy good. He was just dependable.
No,
like,
consistent, dependable, and he fought his way into the lineup where he was pretty much a sure thing. Might have gotten scratched here or there, but he was a pretty dependable guy. Would get in fights. He's just been a nothing burger.
All right, Brodzinski. He's not in the lineup tonight either. He's he's a no, I can't give Brodzinski.
I'm just talking shit.
I think considering that I've been so hard on him since he's been a Ranger, like
hard
on him, and for him. No, no, I'm legit gonna give Brodzinski like probably a B. I mean, he's like a 13th center type guy. He's an AHLer, but when he is in the lineup, I'm gonna give him a B just because when he's in the lineup, you notice him more than you notice a lot of the stars on any given night when he's in the lineup. And he's had a few goals this season. He's had 3 goals. He hasn't been consistently in the lineup.
You like your angry coach. There you go, Steph.
There he goes, pissed.
Rangers take another penalty. A slash, it looked like, by Riley Smith.
Yeah, he said game's over. PK, here we come. Prepare for a goal against.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brodzinski, I've liked Brodzinski for what he's been used for so far this season.
Let me read this. This is a longer comment by Sean here. I get being sentimental, but his time, back to Kreider, get being sentimental, but his time in NY, or his time is over in NY. He hasn't won anything, and him and Mika might be the worst leadership core and Trouba, and that's ever been in the NHL. 3 coaches fired.
Yeah, see, Sean's agreeing when he says Brod's been good and actually forechecks. Kreider has not. And he comes into the lineup. It's messed up. It is. Brodzinski has been better than Chris Kreider. And that's why I'm giving him a B, because he's not supposed to be better than Chris Kreider. But he's been good. He's been consistent for us.
Yeah, and I was joking with my F. I don't give him an F. I think he's been pretty good for what he needs to do.
All right, Adam Edstrom.
I've
been happy with him.
I'm giving him a B. Honestly, per expectation. He's not Connor McDavid. He's a big, tall, goofy 4th liner. But I think he's been really good. He cracked the squad during the offseason. Or during the preseason.
How about his as of late grade?
As of late grade's been good too. He's got a couple nice goals. I don't know. I give him a solid B across the board.
Yeah, same. All right, so now we got Sam Carrick McDavid. What's his overall grade first, and then we'll do the
overall grade for Sam Carrick. I'm gonna give him a B minus, and the reason I'm going so specific is because he's just not that good, but he's been pretty good.
I'm gonna give him
B minus.
I'm gonna say C. Just because he takes so many stupid penalties on any given night. Like he does what we need him to do, but he puts us on the penalty kill a lot.
Now the layup here, and Noah beat me to it.
So that's our current grade is that what's higher than he has a 400 GPA.
Yeah.
As of late, like he is just a star in the making.
Yeah, the obvious layup is that the Carrick recency grade is A+. Like whatever gold sticker, little smiley face.
Like he declined Harvard because the school wasn't good enough for him. That's how good he's been for this team as of late. Oh, look, Miller, hopefully he got hurt.
I got to step out, boys. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Sean. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, man. Take care, bud. All right. So, all jokes aside, I'd say I'm, as of late, A. Overall, probably a C for me.
All right.
So,
who does that leave us
Rempy.
with? Rempy. Just to get the non-Rempy people going, A+.
Yep, no. A+.
We haven't seen a lot of Rempy. If I had to grade him, I didn't like the hit and the suspension. I think he's obviously got to clean that up. He knows that. Everyone seems to know that. Every couple games he may forget that. But yeah, Rempy, for what he's supposed to do, I'd like to see a couple more goals, a little more offense. But I don't know. I give him I guess a C. I'd like to see more. There was more fun last season. I think he's because of the last hit, he's kind of had to play a very tempered game.
Yeah.
You know?
So I'm just gonna give him a C all around. I mean, he's not hurting the team. He may not be doing all these great things, but he's not hurting the team. He's a fourth liner. He's out there for a reason. He's not doing things like Miller. He's not doing things like Mika. He's not turning the puck over like crazy. He's not expected to do crazy things. So I think he's doing exactly what we're asking of him. I'm just gonna give him a C, and that's that. So
I think that's everyone.
That's it for the forwards.
We got defensemen now.
Now defenseman Zach Jones. We'll start with poor Zach Jones.
Zach Jones, it's impossible to give him a recent grade because he hasn't played about 10 games now. I think if you were to grade his performance before he was taken out, I give him a B. I think he's been good. There's been a couple times he's got caught pinching. You know, he's still a young guy. You know, he still doesn't have like full seasons of. You know, it'd be one thing if he was a Keandre Miller. He's got 4 or 5 seasons under his belt and still makes idiotic mistakes.
We're on the power play now.
So I give him a B. I think he gets back in the line. Maybe even depending on how this game goes. Vakanainen has not looked very good. What do you think?
Jones, I'm gonna give him a B too. I think he's good. When Zach Jones gets the puck, I am not worried about the puck exiting the zone. I'm not really worried about us getting hemmed in our own zone when he has the puck and he has a little bit of space. So I'm going to give him a B.
Are Rangers going up 5-on-3 here?
Did Vinny Trocheck just nod his head yes when you asked that? What's going on here? We got it on mute. Oh, look, now that coach looks pissed. He's an ugly ass dude.
I think Utah just took a delay of game penalty.
Look, he's pissed. Look at his shiny ass.
Yeah, so with
stupid head.
At 13:35 in the second, Utah takes
5-3 Rangers. Better score. If we don't, it's
ill-timed delay of game penalty.
I love the doomer. The doomer. He says 5-3. We better score. It's over. I love it. I mean, it's hard to disagree that if they don't do something here, the momentum is just going to go right back to
they have done this to us.
The Storm and Mormons.
They have done this to us.
Oh.
The Rangers
broke the pass up.
The Rangers, I said this in the last episode, the way the Rangers have played this season has brought out the worst in the fan base. You know, because now it's trade this guy and this guy sucks. And I'm caught up in it too.
Oh my god.
We got a Utah player in the net, but not the puck, unfortunately.
All right, let's get to the new guys. Will Borgen,
you know, he started off a little slow, but he's found his game, I think, with the Rangers. He's looked pretty good. I'm gonna give him a C+. I'm gonna give him a B.
Yeah.
I think B's kind of been my default answer, but I think I'm giving him a how about this? Overall C, lately B. He's been improved. He started off kind of mid.
I'm going to give him an A. I really like Will Borgen as an addition to this team. He's been responsible. He's not making stupid mistakes.
Noah, trade
He's
everyone.
Been physical. Yeah, exactly. That's all right. I was expecting like a C or a D player when I heard that we were getting Will Borgen. But I do not worry when he's on the ice about what's going to happen. I mean, of course, we're not going to always... I mean, of course, there's going to be goals when he's on the ice and stuff against him, but I like his game, man. He's been everything I could have asked from him, so I'm giving him an A. Vakanainen.
I like that. I'm not there with it, but I like that. Vakanainen, I don't know, man.
Golly, they suck, dude.
Vakanainen, I'm gonna give a D.
All right, D. Vakanainen. Yeah, Vakanainen's soft as baby shit. He gets pushed around out there.
I'm giving I don't mean to cut you off, but real quick, I'm giving Vakanainen a D. And shout out, It's Always Sunny fans. D in the Dennis system stands for demonstrate value, and he needs to demonstrate some fucking value.
Yeah, game's over. Oh my my God, this team, they suck. Yeah, back in 9 and give him a D. He's just been he's been a little bit worse than mid. Like he's not been like the worst out there, but he has been far from good for us. So I'm just gonna give him a D. All right, Keandre Miller. I'm gonna give Miller an F.
I'm
an overall F. Yeah. Maybe an as of late a D minus, but overall. He has been brutal. Like I have zero confidence that we're gonna be okay when he's out there. And it seems like every time he's out there, look, he's got the puck right now. Let's see if he makes anything happen. No, what is he even doing out there?
Look,
should be Jones.
I'm gonna give Keandre a letter grade, but I'm gonna first start off with a comment that I think I would leave on his report card if I was his teacher. Does not play well with others. And I don't mean he's a bully.
You just leave out the with others. Just does not play well.
But usually like when a teacher wrote does not play well with others, it means that they were a bully or they weren't getting along with their classmates. No, he just does not play well with other hockey players, like with anyone. And I think Stefan's right. Yeah, I could just put does not play well, but
oh my God, and it seems like now we're kind of buzzing in their zone, but we're not scoring.
Miller's getting an F, and I'll take it back all to day. I remember when Miller first came around, and I was so excited. The Rangers finally had a big-bodied, rangy, fast defenseman. I think everyone was starting to think that, and it just hasn't come to fruition. He's sucked, and he's getting worse this season. There's been a lot of Ranger regression. Mm-hmm. Pretty much across the board, minus a couple guys. But Keandre Miller is leading the charge. I mean, he has been booty butt juice.
Yeah, the fan base is done with him. Like they're so done with him that it's actually us. What am I trying to say here? On Facebook, I'm in a lot of Rangers groups, and somebody said something so fucked up on there. It kind of made me laugh, but like inside, I knew it was fucked up to say. They're like, get rid of this DEI hire, and I was just like, God damn! Like they're talking about Miller. I'm like, holy shit! Like he's been that bad that he's like people are like not responding good to him at all, and they're just saying things out of anger, like about him. But he's been that bad. He's just been that bad.
I've had my moments with Miller this season where I got really upset and probably said some things I didn't mean. It happens as a sports fan, and then I'll come back down to earth. But the fear of losing a player and him going somewhere else and being really good, it doesn't exist with me with Miller. I just want him off this team. I don't care if he goes somewhere and plays well. I just want him off this team. He's never gonna be a grit guy. No. He's never. People don't change.
He's all stick.
People don't change the way they play.
He's all stick. He's 6'6" and all stick.
It reminds me. I'm trying to think of another player like that where it had the size, had the skill, and just couldn't put it together. And refuses to be physical. It's a shame. And, me and Stefan are short kings. Let me be a 6'5", super athletic. I'd be a fucking bully. It's just not there with Miller, man. He gets pushed around by guys that are half his size.
He should have been a baseball player.
He can't shut anyone out. It seems like no one doesn't get around Miller. I don't know if that's the right way to phrase that, but anyone bearing down on Miller, you're gonna get around him. Unless there's the 1 in 10 chance that he swats the puck away with a sweep check, but aside from that, he's a fucking pylon, and I want him gone. And I'm giving him an F for the season, and I'm giving him an F for lately because I don't care that he's played marginally better. It's just not good enough.
What happened to no doom and gloom?
You brought up Keandre Miller. I'm done. Right. I'm just done.
All right, let's move on then. How about the mayhem guy from the Allstate commercials, Ryan Lindgren?
Lindgren, his overall grade is a D.
Yeah.
His how have you been doing lately is a C-.
Yeah, I'd give him a D and a C. I mean, just him coming back to the lineup, that's when the slump started. Like like the team was winning, and then Lindgren was out for the first couple weeks of the season, and as soon as he came back, we just started getting smashed. I love his heart and soul type mentality, but heart and soul doesn't win Stanley Cups. I mean, it adds to winning Stanley Cups, but you have to be able to put something behind it. Like if you wish in one hand and shit in the other, which one's gonna fill up first? And that's about where it's at with heart and soul in one hand and shit in the other, and see which one fills up faster.
Lindgren is probably the personification or the most clear example of veterans getting favoritism on this team, and whether it's deserved or not. Like, I understand you get a longer leash as a veteran. It's we understand you've done a lot for this organization. You've been there. You've contributed. But when you're not playing well and you're affecting the team, you need to sit and you need to not play. And honestly, I have never, ever been sold on Ryan Lindgren as a number one pairing defenseman. Ever.
No.
Especially when you pair him with a guy like Adam Fox. A note I had planned for this show and I didn't get it together in time, and I might do this for the next episode, is I was going to take the height and weight of each number one pairing in the league and compare it to Fox and Lindgren.
He says Lindgren's a fake tough guy. Literally, he is the guy who sticks up to a bully, then gets his ass beat. But he's like, at least I stuck up for myself. But you still got your ass beat.
But everyone appreciats it.
Yeah, everyone appreciates it, but you still get beat up.
That is exactly what happened in the offseason. Lindgren is like, Lindgren's not out there to fight guys. And he fought that dude on the Islanders, got dummied and got his jaw broken and his fucking brains bashed in the fucking preseason. It's just stupid. So Lindgren is one of those guys, like, I appreciate what you've done, but see you later. There's no chance he's a Ranger after this season.
No, not at all. He's trade bait.
Let's get on to the rest of this mid-ass shit defense.
Who else we got on defense that we haven't said? We said the new guys. We said Lindgren. Fox is the last guy. We already said the 17.
Schneider.
Fox and Schneider. Okay.
All right, so Fox, you want so much more. I know he's been okay. He hasn't been bad, but, early in this podcast and during the offseason, a list came out of the, 20 best defensemen. I think Fox was, like, buried on the list, and I was outraged.
And it was like ninth or something?
Ninth or some 10th. And I was outraged, and I came out and said, he's better than this guy, and I look like a total clown.
Yeah, you're like better than Heiskanen. Our argument was that Adam Fox it's Cale Makar, and then number 2 and 3, it would be
Hughes, Fox and
Hughes and Fox on any given day or a given season, depending on how they're playing in that season. But no, he's been not even cracking like the top 20 really.
He's been okay. I mean, he's been on a Rangers team that's in peril. And guys are across the board not performing the way they can. Adam Fox has been a little bit of a bright spot. He's
Fox's favorite.
Because he's a good player, objectively a good player. Even when he's not playing at his best, he's still a very good player.
So can we just agree that season wide he's been a C, given what given the players he's been surrounded with? I can't see how he could become an A with the team playing the way they're playing.
No, he's a C, and it's not necessarily his fault. Look,
it's not his fault, but I'm just going to give him a C because it's middle of the road. He's been decent. He hasn't been horrible. He hasn't been a liability. He's been all right. So
look, enough is enough, man. The Lindgren and Fox pairing has run its course. It's not good enough to win. We have enough evidence of this. Moving on to Schneider.
Yep.
I like Schneider a lot. I think his overall season grade and his what have you done lately grade, again, like a lot of these guys, is very similar. He's been pretty consistent. I can't think of a real peak or a valley this season with him. So I give him a B across the board.
That's
I think
exactly
he's been pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Not great. Definitely not bad. And has a bright future.
Yeah. I'm going to give him a B and just end it at that. All right, goaltending. We got Igor. Or let's do Quick first. We'll get to Igor next. Jonathan Quick as a backup goalie. I'm just gonna give him do I want to give him a C plus? Do I want to give him a B minus? I'm just gonna give him between a B and a C because, I mean, he's a backup goaltender. He had a few games where he just was lights out. He's had a few games where he let up some stinkers. For a backup goaltender, I think he's been doing pretty good. So I'm just gonna give him like a B. Yeah, he said it, B.
Yeah, I agree, B. You know, if he stayed on that real hot streak he was on early, it'd probably be an A. He kind of came back down to earth. I give him a B. He has a lot of leadership skills. You know, Quick's a guy that I never really saw him as a villain. You know, the fact that he won against the Rangers, you know, he was just on a good team that beat the Rangers. I didn't really hold that against him. You know, but now that he's on our team, like the guy a lot, getting to know him a little bit more, you know, lot to like there. Seems like a classy guy. And maybe that factors into my grade a little bit. B plus.
All right, Igor.
I'm gonna give him an A plus in negotiation and getting every little dollar and every little no movement, every little thing you can.
Oh yeah, he finessed the Drury got finessed.
Now, as far as his grade, and again, the theme here, I don't think there's been real peaks or valleys. I think he started the season off better than he's been now. So I think things come out in the wash, but I don't know how you give Igor more than...
He's still got a 908 save percentage.
I don't know how you give Igor more than a C+.
Which is just barely above average. He's a C.
Yeah.
He's been a C all season. He's had a couple F games. He's had a couple A games. But when you look at the big picture, Igor's just been a C. He lets in some stinkers, but then he makes some saves that God himself couldn't make. So he's a C.
Yeah.
All right. What about coaching? What do you think about Laviolette? You give him a overall and then a as of late. As of late, I think his decisions have been making a little bit more sense. But overall, he's just made some decisions that I don't understand. I do not understand why he trusts so much.
Yeah, he is a true die by your veterans guy, and in some ways I respect that. You know, you got to put the guys that have gotten you there out, but it gets to a point where enough's enough, and if shit's not working, it's not. You know, I gave Laviolette a grade last season. I think it was an A or an A plus. I thought he came in and did a great job. If I'm grading him now, it's a C. And, you know, C is pretty much across the board for this team. And that's because of the recent uptick in play. If you would ask me, you know, a month ago, it would have been a F minus. But yeah, I give Laviolette a C on the season and a C on what you know, I haven't seen any peaks or valleys. I don't have a reason to give him a different grade for lately.
I'm going to give him a D. Last year, I would have given him an A. This year, I'm giving him a D. There's no excuse for not scratching Mika for that long. Not scratching Miller for that long. Those two players were not only not producing, but were hindering the rest of the team. Anytime those two players were on the ice, they're liable to get scored against. And I mean, it's gotten a little tiny bit better here recently, but what is it? 20 plus games that we went where these guys were just playing absolutely terrible.
Yeah,
and he didn't scratch either of them. He didn't demote either. He didn't do anything. He didn't take him off the power play.
His stubbornness
has cost us possibly getting into the playoffs this year completely.
Yeah.
So I'm giving him a D, and the only reason I'm giving him a D and not an F is because of last year he did so. He was a good coach last year.
Yeah, I think, and obviously, you know, by our grades, you can tell Stefan's a little more harsh here. I think it's more on the players, but yeah, I don't know how you give him more than a C or C minus, honestly.
What do you think about that? If we lose this game, season's over? I think so. If we lose this game, I think the season is over. How are you going to climb out of a 7-point deficit when all the other teams are climbing out of it.
Yeah.
And they're only a 2-point deficit, 3-point deficit. If we lose this game, this season is over. Yeah, I have to agree with that. Unless they go God mode and like did something that no team has ever done before, I don't see it happening. This is a must win right here.
Yeah.
And they look to be pressing, but they just aren't scoring. So
I'm saying, yeah, I'm listening to the points. I don't know if I fully feel like if they lose it, it's over. You at least want the loser point here, but look, I mean, there's still time on the clock. We're at one goal down.
Don't worry, Kreider's out there.
You want to wrap this up, and then we'll take a little break and go back live in a little bit.
Yeah. So that's gonna be it for this episode. We appreciate everyone for watching. If you want to keep shooting the shit with us, we're gonna be right back on, but we don't want the actual episode to last forever, so we're gonna just stop streaming and then we'll be right back. Hit the like button, please. Follow us. Follow us everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're on everything. So follow us on all of them if you want to see little mini clips and just tidbits and stuff like that. So I got nothing else. Do you?
No, like I said, we'll be back in a little bit. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. And yeah, if you want to stick around, we're gonna stream and finish this game.
All right, guys, take care. How do I do this? Where the hell is it? Oh, there it is.